I've never been married before, but I also feel there's a need for you as a woman to have your own friends aside your husband, right? But I don't mean male friends. Of course, if I'm married to someone, I wouldn't want to have like a male bestie, no. But I also want to have my female friends because
Now, take you up on that. Let me take you up on that.
mhm.
There's a lot of individualism that is preached abroad. Abroad, people will say, oh, you guys are individuals, you need to have individual lives, blah, 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 blah. I'm sorry, I don't buy into it. Yes, you can have friends, but me, I always like somebody that will be my own best friend. I don't really have friends. I have a lot of acquaintances, a lot of people I know, maybe one or two friends, but I don't have friends that we hang out regularly. I know that, especially in this Lagos, there are cliques. You see guys rolling with the boys. I've never been, right from when I was young. I've always been a lone soldier and then my woman. So that might work for you. I'm not saying it's bad, Neka, don't get me wrong. But it's not it's like saying everybody must like Coke. There's some people that love Coke and think Coke is the best drink in the world, and there's people that can't stand it. I would rather drink Fanta. Do you understand? So yeah, it makes sense. In depending on, for instance, now if I had been an individual person, my former marriage might have worked because I could just get my own setting, but that was not what I wanted, and you know, it wasn't me. I wanted someone who's my best friend, and the moment I realized that this person that's supposed to be my best friend is having secrets and having their own lives, and for me, I wasn't there again. So,
so that
advise it. Yes, go ahead, Neka, with your question before we invite the lady that just joined us, Buki, if I'm correct. Yes, go ahead.
Sorry, Buki.
That's fine.
So that phrase, would it be okay for your woman to be your best and also have like a best friend too? Of course, some people have. It's not
Impossible. She can be friends, but a best friend. I go. They ask question. We go like, this your friend? No get house. You no get husband.
It's true now.
As in a best friend, no.
I feel like your husband should be your everything. Like,
let me
should be your confidant.
Human beings have friends. But you see, there's best friend that, oh, this is my best friend. We're best friends since we're kids. I have a guy I can call my best friend. But that I have an active best friend, male or female, in a marriage. They are doing something. I'm there. I'm doing something. They are here. It never ends well for me.
Can I say something?
Go ahead.
Hi everyone, my name is Bukola. I'm a certified relationship coach, so to say.
Oh.
Yeah. So the truth is, we can't throw the people that we've known away because we are now married. We have friends who are closer to us than our blood. We have friends who are closer to us, even more than our parents, so to say, in some ways. They've contributed largely, you know, to our growing up, our careers, which is good. But the truth is, once you are married, there should be boundary. Especially if you are a lady. Like, you cannot be a friend to my husband if you don't want me. We have some ladies like that. They don't like the wife, but they like the husband. No, it's not going to happen. We have some guys like that. They don't like the husband, or they want to be friends.
And I had to cut them off.
Yeah, that's the perfect thing to do.
Members, they will come, oh, daddy freeze, and they are female.
And then they don't want your wife. They will always speak on your wife.
Third time, God noticed that me and you I could just put you on one shelf. You could just see me from far. I'll just carve you like meat where they carve. And so I could just carve.
However, having said that, you see, besties that are ending up in bed together, most of them, they don't mean it. They don't want to do it that way. But you have that emotion to get, you have that connection somehow. And when something happens in your home, you run to your bestie. And this has happened with pastors too. You know, you have a pastor that you're always going to, telling them the stories of your life. There are times that they have interest in you. They love you. Maybe they like you. Something would happen and you will be so surprised how they bounce on you afterwards. And that is why your wife or your husband is still the best bet. I have a friend who was having issue with her husband, you know. I was talking to her, helping her, coaching her. You understand what I'm saying? And she has a pastor that she's very close with. They talk about life. They talk about everything. And at the time, I wasn't, you know, the result I was wanting from that marriage wasn't coming out. This guy was still everywhere. Although he goes to church. Oh, he's very religious. You understand? And the next thing from my own belief is, okay, let's try this pastor. Maybe you should talk to your pastor. Since he goes to church, let's see what's going to happen. See what happened afterwards. You won't believe it. She is my namesake. You know, I needed to pick her up from somewhere and drop her somewhere. And she said, oh, Bukola, don't worry. Tell your driver not to come. And I said, okay. And that was it. And later she told me how this pastor came knocking first thing in the morning. This is a reality. I'm not forming it up. First thing in the morning, he came to pray for the marital problems. You know, we have to solve it.
With of Christ.
Yeah, he came to solve the crisis, right? He came to help out.
Okay, no Christ. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, and before you know it, he almost raped her in her husband's house. Yes, this is reality. She's my friend, like very close friend. So what am I trying to say? Sometimes the people you run to, sometimes they might not even have that intention that they like you. But you know, when problem comes and you're always going to them, sometimes they are in
vulnerable,
uncompromised position.
Yeah.
You are in the house. Daddy Freeze, are you home? I have a problem. You know, I go to Daddy Freeze's house. Oh my God, my wife is not around. What happened? Oh my goodness. Why will he do such a thing to you? And they are crying on your shoulder and you are rubbing their head. The following day they come again, they are crying on your shoulder and they are rubbing their head. Who knows? Maybe you've not even tested, you know, maybe you've not even made love in 5 or 6 days or even in 2 weeks and your body is so full and you needed to release something. That's what the problem comes in. Before you know it, you are gone. Look at Joseph in the Bible. When Potiphar's wife invited Joseph, Joseph did not stay. Who will stay? You are a man now. I was doing a write-up today, and you know, I just needed to write it somewhere. Don't ever tempt a man with a woman. It's just natural. It's just natural that anything can happen. Daddy Freeze, you know what I'm saying now. Carry ladies all around you, all in the name of besties. And you're keeping your wife out of something would happen. Something would happen.
Something will happen. Something will happen. That's why I don't encourage it. I don't encourage having women around me. You know, there are preachers, celebs, people that just have a lot of that, have an entourage. The day where you go.
Especially you see, especially this office romance thing. You will see them checking up on your husband unnecessarily. Ask him if he has eaten. Oh, I love the food. You know, they would always use what you love to become your bestie. Any bestie you pick in the office. If they know that you always bring lunch to the office, they are going to use that to get you. If they know you love to read, they will use that to get you. If they know you love cars, they will use that to get you. They become your bestie talking about cars. They become your bestie talking about lunch. Oh, your wife, she's really trying. Daddy Freeze, I love the way you post your wife's food, and I want to be like that. You know, they would always use that. They would always use that to get close to you. And before you know it, they have hidden intentions. They know what they want. It's not the food. It's not the book. That's not what they want. It's not the luxurious cars that you have. That's not what they want. It's you they want. They become your bestie, then they get whatever they want from you. I would always tell women, don't ever try to bring any woman close to your house, all in the name. Even now we are talking about opposite sex, even your own friends too. Your own friends, they want what you have. That's the truth, especially when they are single, even when they are married.
People don't realize.
Please take care of that girl.
Many relationships that friends they put out, like experience
and they ruin it.
I experienced it. That's why I said that any relationship that I'm in, me and you go be our best friend. You know, let me tell you, there's something people don't realize. I call it subtle incapacitation. I call it seed of thoughts. When people are familiar with things that happen in your house, they can plant seeds of thoughts into your head. Like, let me give you an example. Your husband is not, the baby is crying, and your husband is working on his laptop or is on a phone call, and he's not carrying the baby. And you are carrying the other baby or trying to cook, and you actually need your husband to help you, but you understand that he's busy. There are some things that a best friend that sees that situation can say and plant a seed in your head. Just something like, well, your husband will help you here.
The difference between, let me tell you the difference between a side chick.
So
let me tell you the difference between a side chick.
That situation, you now start questioning your husband. Come, why are you not helping me here? But you've always known that I'm not good with children. I'm working. You understand? This should not be a problem. But you see, there's a way. I'll give you a story. This happened. My ex had like 30 best friends.
How is the marriage going to survive? That's the thing.
Understand.
There was a day we're having a conversation. And it was an honest conversation. You understand? Honest conversation. We're talking about Lagos, you know, and me too. I those days I talk till tomorrow. You know, I talk a lot. Not that I talk a lot. I drop a lot of things most people will keep hidden. So that particular day, we're talking about Lagos life, how Lagos life was fake, and one of our best friends was there. And then I said something. I said, even me, I came from Ibadan to this Lagos. And when I first got here, I got carried away. Finish waiting, I talk. It wasn't a long conversation. Only 50. As I go, the best friend comes back, say, should they go? Say, you are as beautiful as this. And your husband says he got carried away. I didn't even know that the matter now began to, that seed of thought now grew and became a whole forest of thoughts. One day we're having a conversation. Hey, that's how the other day you said, my friend was so angry, she had to walk away. Waiting concern your friend with me. Why is she so angry on your behalf that she has to walk away? You understand? But you see, all these steps, and they warned us about that friend. When we're staying together, the friend was a neighbor. We're staying in Dolphin Estate. The friend was one of the neighbors across. One woman called my ex then and said, this lady that you are hanging out with, these are her issues. My friend said, and my ex said, when she told me, I was more like, yeah, then I was young too. So I was like, okay. Now, I can't blame a relationship breakup on one single person. But if they share the relationship failure cake, the slice we will go that auntie. She feel no chop and finish 2 days. She was a powerful force to the point where the day my ex came to pack her load, she followed her. You understand? And then she was asking me, she used to say things like, let me give you an example. This is a friend talking. She was going through our university pictures. Oh, you used to be so beautiful. And she was telling her, and me, I was so ugly. Do you know, I'm going to say this, I had complex in that relationship. So when I met Taste Buds, and Taste Buds used to say, my husband, you are so fine, you are so... I used to think she was lying to me. I've never known myself to be drop dead gorgeous. So I'm David Beckham or Chris Elba. But I also know that I am not ugly. I'm not the kind of person that you see and run.
Mm-hmm.
Do you understand? I know be Ojuju Calabar. I feel no be Brad Pitt. But I know be Ojuju Calabar. Do you understand? The way she made it out to be, that she was so beautiful. And me, she was just managing me. You know, and she'll be looking through pictures and be saying things like that. Now, how do you expect that to resonate with my ex? It's going to enter her head. So she was saying things like, you should not have married this guy. So, oh yeah, we shouldn't. She was right there. We had no business getting married. But the day she was now going, I saw that, be careful the kind of people you hang with. And she was now asking me. I said, oh yeah, pack your load and be going. Because you have already left. Here's me. Before she left, I was hoping that we could walk the marriage. The marriage was dead. But the whole hypocrisy of Nigerian Christianity, where you die inside bad marriage. So if she hadn't left, I might still have been holding on to the marriage, even though the marriage was dead, my heart was gone. But the moment she left, to me, it was now clear that, look, I have no business here. We now went to sit with our pastor. Me, I don't know how to lie. I sat down, pastor sat down, pastor's wife sat down, my ex sat down. Pastor talk, go up, pastor talk, come down. Wife talk, go up, wife talk, come down. They come ask me, say, so are you interested in marriage? I said, no. I remember my former pastor saying, I've been speaking for 3 hours. I forgot how long it was. So I've just been wasting my saliva or that kind. I've just been wasting my breath or whatever it is he said along those lines. And he asked me again. I said, no. Then he asked my ex. My ex said yes, that she wants the marriage to continue. As I was driving home that day, I now felt that, am I being wicked? Only for me to get to the house. And my ex was already there with this her best friend, waiting to pack the remaining of her load. Of course, you don't think that. Nobody you talk just now say you want to work on this marriage. If truly you want to work on this marriage, which load you can carry? 15 minutes ago, you are here. So that now showed me a sign that, you know what? There is nothing you are going back to. So as the woman, I now say, yeah, hurry up, I have things to do. Please, pack your load. Anything you need me to pack for you, I will pack it for you. Pack. Where come and we going? So the friend was there again saying, are you telling her to be going? I said, do you want me to say it in Yoruba or should I type it out so that people can read it? Let her be going. She was now shaking her head like this. Baba, fight is not there. That lady was toxic. I don't intervene in people's marriages, in people's relationships, in people's friendships. I stay aloof. Even your matter where you carry can't give me. I go judge them to the best of my ability. Anyway, let me not do all the talking. Let me hand over back to you ladies. Elisa, you've been a while.
Yeah, I already said it. If you have a man, a loving husband, even friends, because like what Nneka said, you should still have some friends outside. I've never had friends. I only had people I call my brothers and sisters. Like friends become brothers and sisters, and we have our boundaries. But you see, having friends come to the house, come chill with me. I'm not even sure any of my neighbors have seen any friend come to visit me in this house before, because I don't know, like my man is enough for me. I tell him absolutely everything. We share everything. Even when my parents are trying to get at me, like stress, everything, I discuss with him and he helped me get out of any issues I'm currently facing or I'm going through at that moment. So what's the essence of going out there to meet my own gender or some other gender and start doing the bestie with them? If we fight, who will come and settle us? I mean, this is my man. I understand you, understand me. You know my secrets. You can help cover them. You will not come out to come and expose me. So I don't think I need any friends. I don't even have friends. I don't need friends. He always asks me, don't you have friends? I'm like, I know this person, but I don't have friends I can say are my real friends besides my sister. I have just one sister and she's just my friend. But my man is my bestie and that's it. I don't have time for sir. I don't
I'm
like
with
wahala at all.
100%. I'm with you 100%, Elisa. 100%,
Yeah,
100% safe.
that's me.
Guy here
I
said,
can't shout. I don't like wahala.
you sound like you still love your ex. Let me be honest. In the marriage, I did not love my ex. Come be 5 years later when I don't see better woman. No go come. Oh. Sometimes I did remember waiting I've been go through. Baba, if you want to know about hellfire, I can write the book. If Satan wants to write about hellfire, now me go choose. Say, please,
Daddy Priest, can I contribute?
Guys, I went through it firsthand.
Yeah, so just a quick one. I'm someone who has always had friends. And when I talk about bestie, not that kind of bestie where we hang out all the time. I'm no longer a teenager. I am an adult. So I do have close friends that I've known for over 20-something years. And I can tell you that two of my very close friends, one lives in Nigeria, the other one lives in Dallas, Texas, right? We talk on the phone, but we don't have time to hang out. And they're both married, right? But they still make out time to say, hey, how you doing? What's going on? We talk about work, we talk about life, right? It doesn't mean, and of course, when I'm in a relationship, I understand give and the time. I'm not married. I'm going to say it again, but I understand in relationships too, it's important to give your man the time. You guys should kind of trust each other, tell each other everything. But I can also say that there are some things that I can tell my friend that I wouldn't be able to tell, like my man or my boyfriend.
Those things are bad.
Not really bad stuff. Not really bad.
But things like what? Things like what?
You might feel a little bit embarrassed. Like there are some things you want to, talk about that you don't really feel comfortable talking to your man about.
What's the thing?
Let's not go to.
Daddy, please, can I say something?
Just give us one example.
Buki wants to say something. Buki, the relationship.
Can I say something? So let me come from Daddy Free. So Daddy Free, everyone that is listening to me right now, if you're married or you're planning to get into a relationship or whatever you're doing, always know this, that a good friend, a very good friend to you can be toxic to your marriage and to your relationship. Though they are good to you, though they are perfect to you, though they are excellent to you, they cover your secret, they protect you, they act like they love you, but they can be very, very toxic to your marriage. Now, so now let me go to her and come to you. I'm sorry, I don't know your name. So you said you can trust your man, you can tell him everything, you can do everything with him. And I'm assuming that that's the same thing with Daddy Freeze, because I see a lot of his posts and I see his woman everywhere. They're always together. The reason why you can do that is because you chose well. Take it from me. The reason why he's working that way and you feel that you don't need any other person, that means you chose well. If you're in a relationship where you are not comfortable, you are not happy, there are some things, very toxic marriages out there. Take it from me. Very bad relationships out there. That is why you bring besties in. That is why you have people that you can just put your head and say, I can tell them everything. And my sister, let me come to you. You know why you're saying this right now? Maybe you've not gotten to that stage of this.
Buki, your voice is breaking off. Buki, we're trying to your voice is breaking off. Are you wearing?
Yeah, I know what you're saying. I'm gonna go with let me join you here.
Okay.
Yes, can you hear me well now? I changed my phone.
100%.
I changed my phone now.
Okay. Ooh. We need to bring her back because she was just about something and she was trailing off.
But if someone says when I'm pregnant, I will need friends, I don't understand. What will my friends come to do to me when I'm pregnant?
You only need friends if you
You
have a
must really have a wonderful husband, I would say.
She was
Yeah.
like, okay.
Was one of the luckiest wives out there, because you kind of, you're confident that your husband has got your back like 100%.
Oh, of course. Yeah, sure, he does.
Oh, I can't see Bookie again. Oh, Bookie, send the message. Send a request. Okay, she's back. Yes, Bookie.
Yes, I don't even know where I stopped. Anyways.
You were going to say something about the points that I made.
Yes, the point that Neka made. You're right.
Okay. For the beautiful lady on my left, I said.
We can't hear you.
You've gone off.
Are you using AirPod?
I said.
Okay.
No. Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I said the reason why she's enjoying that benefit and she's feeling that she needs no one, just my husband, is just because God has blessed you with a man that is your man. You understand what I'm saying? Just like Daddy Freeze, like I said, I see a lot of Daddy Freeze posts. I see a lot of things about him. I follow him back to back. So I could see that he has a relationship, a deep relationship, and not just marriage with that beautiful woman, taste bud. But for you, you're saying that you don't need anybody right now. It's because you're in a very healthy marriage.
Yeah.
That's what pushes people to bestie too. When you choose wrong, they push you to bestie. And oh yeah, and for my other lady, my beautiful lady Neka, I believe. The reason why you are saying you can't tell him everything now, you can't do everything now, is because you've not gotten to that crossroad where you can put your life on his hand, like, go have it. And honestly, before you settle for any man, that's the last stage of relationship. We have 4 stages of relationship. That's the last stage of relationship. Make sure that that man, you can just be like this, my other lady, feeling that, you know what, I don't need no close bestie around me. I'm very safe with him. That is why people go out for besties. Trust me. People don't want to do bestie. I don't want to bring Derele's talk here tonight, but people don't want to do bestie. You said?
That's where we started. Now, Derele matter. Now, carry us.
Yes. So Derele was, to me, Yoruba, English, obviously they will say, before my hand. Now, he came this morning trying to defend whatever he has spoken yesterday. After you have said, oh, I know she was married. After you have said, we all know what intimacy is. Don't fool us by coming and twist everything, you know.
Yeah.
And you even said, I know she was married, and, you know, we went to the other room. So what are you telling us today? You are just saying rubbish. You should have just allowed that lady to rest in peace and let her secret rest with her. Why would you come out and say such after how many years of... Do you understand what I'm saying? So what am I trying to say? People don't go for besties. Make sure you choose right, so that you don't have to be running from one bestie to another bestie, the bestie that will put you in trouble. People are in marriages. Some people are in marriages, but they don't have this relationship with their spouse. And that is why I will always tell single, please and please, that the spouse, the person that you want to settle down with, if you cannot put your life in their hands, please don't settle. Please don't settle. Because you will always be looking for besties and be looking for a relationship coach to come and help you. You'll be looking for therapists. You'll be looking for psychologists to help you.
You'll be looking for pastor.
You'll be looking for pastors, like my friend. That was exactly what happened to her. He almost raped her in her husband's house very early in the morning, not even in the afternoon. You can imagine that. A pastor of a redeemed Christian Church of God, anointed, when he's preaching, when he's talking. Yes, I'm not kidding. I'm not kidding. I have a pastor too who fathers a lady's whether son or daughter. So many years later, what happened? She was always having issue with the husband. She was always going to to the pastor for counseling. Daddy, oh, to burial. Okay, we are sorry. Daddy, oh, this happened again. That happened again. The pastor became the bestie of the wife. What happened years later? He fathered one of our children. That's the reason why your bestie should not even be your pastor. Some of your pastors, they are not sexually satisfied with their wife because they want to be playing holy and holy. So when they see you that you have shaped your bum in the church, you have shaped everything in the church, so you now go and give them free of charge, go and visit them in the house.
Pastor, when if you asking why for doggy?
For doggy? You understand what I'm saying? You will now go and be doing daddy, oh, look at what happened, though. You are putting them in trouble and putting yourself in trouble.
They first pray before they want to do. Father,
yes. So your husband should be your bestie, your wife should be your bestie, and that is why you should be very careful.
Yeah.
Before you settle with anybody, before you settle with any man, make sure you guys are friends. Make sure you are friends, that you can tell everything. Everything. You understand? I'm talking to you now, Nick. You know, somebody you are so free with, somebody you can do anything with. It starts from there.
Let me tell you something.
Yeah.
You said something, Buki.
Yeah.
There are people who are very great friends to you, but are toxic to your marriage.
Yeah.
I've never heard it before. Don't hear them today. People who are good to you. It could be your mother.
Yeah.
It could be your sister. It could be your best friend. They are great. They love you. But to your marriage, they're toxic.
Yeah. I made that post yesterday. If you check my page, you'll see it. That was what I wrote about yesterday. Yeah.
Please DM it to me. I'll even post it as a separate post.
Okay.
I remember a friend of mine. He was with his wife, and his wife's best friend was like, "Oh, baby, you know what?" Was talking to his wife. You guys have just gone on holiday and come back. Me and you are going to go on our own, ladies only. My guy, straight, say, "Where are you going with my wife?" Which it was doing it like a joke. Okay, no, anywhere my wife goes, I go with her. If you want to have his ladies, and we're all going to be there.
Of course.
You understand?
Yep.
You see, I know making up your mind about certain things without having proper exposure is wrong as a sociologist. For instance, it's wrong for you to say Calabar girls are good in bed because you've been with 2 Calabar girls.
Somebody's bringing, I said
or
something.
Hausa men are very, because you've been with 3 Hausa men. But you see, there's some things that you like me, for instance. I'll give you an example. There's a part of Africa when I was much younger I went to. Each time I went there, I had a new babe, and I was never there for more than 5 days. So I made up my mind that the girls there are a bit, I won't say wayward, but they are a bit free. They are
loose.
So you see, there are things that you can also say about people.
Careful.
In a relationship, me personally, you know how many times I've done in a bar, 4 girls. Girls are having a ladies' night out, and I end up going home with one of them. And they're all in relationships. You see, when alcohol hits the system, conversations become sweeter. You've not noticed?
Of course, sure.
You see, your guard is down. Let me tell you what alcohol does to me, for instance. That's why I only drink at home. It raises my temper. For instance, something you say to me normally and I'll overlook, I will come begin vex. Especially when I was younger. So some people they get freer. They loosen up. And when they loosen up, a sniper will be able to hit the target. A good sniper. So all he needs to do is talk to you, dance with you, drive you home, before you know it, it doesn't have to happen that day. You have opened a door for a series of conversations that can lead to somewhere bad. Now, when the guy is good looking and your taste, it becomes even more dangerous. That is why, you see, people that, you said something, Bookie, people that cheat in relationships, they don't go out in the morning and say, what's today, Friday, cheating day, I'm going out to go and cheat. No, it happens. It happens in church. You trust this pastor, or you are singing together with this choir master, and one day your husband annoyed you and he calmed you down and said, don't worry, eh? You know, or you are broke and you didn't know anywhere to ask for money, and this guy just comes along and says, okay, how much do you need? 200K, and writes it for you and never asks you for anything. He has touched a part in your heart. He has opened a window. And if he's clever enough and patient enough, he can turn that window into a door. So in relationships, people need to be, they will say, oh, Daddy Fizz, you are paranoid. I'm not paranoid. I have seen life. I have seen life. There was a time everyone around me knew what was going on except me. In my former marriage, everybody knew except me. Even down to my maid, even down to my neighbors. It was when my ex left that my maid started telling me all sorts of things. This was how I was. I never believed her to be a saint. But the things I heard. So, I'm not a relationship coach. I have no certificate. But when you've been through many relationships, you failed and succeeded, there's one thing I've learned, and I'm going to share that thing with you. Marry your bestie. If you don't marry your bestie, you will cheat on them, they will cheat on you. Find out. Like speak in tongues from Monday to Friday. If you like, pastor a church and people will fall under your anointing. If you don't marry your best friend, you will cheat on them and they will cheat on you. I don't my own.
I don't.
You don't agree.
You finally agreed, okay.
So I said something initially, and somebody wrote it out. You were talking about the difference between
side chick and bestie
and the wife. So now let's put it side chick, your ex and your wife. The difference between a wife to me and a side chick is side chick would work on your own negativity. Those things that ordinarily you will not do to your husband at home, side chick will want to surpass you and do better. And that is why the husband would always want to go back to the side chick. So if you have a best friend who is always around you, they know everything about your house, they know the things that your husband complains of or your wife complains of as maybe a bestie as a man too. Now, if they want that man, they will be better than you. You know why? They know all the things that he has been complaining about. Then they will work better and become better in that area. And it will be so easy, so flawless for them to take away your husband and so flawless for them to take away your wife. Because they know that he complains about certain things. So when they are coming, even when they are advising toxic friends that are good to you, they will go to your husband and work on those things. Oh, I understand. I know. Oh, she can't even do that in bed. Oh, she can't do this. Me, I'm very fine. I know how to manage money very well. Oh. They will use that money thing. Oh, she cannot cook. Oh, me, I know how to cook very well. Oh. Like, you know, I'm not allowed.
They will just serve you the best food. That's the end.
Yeah, that's it. They are going to use all the weaknesses and all the negativity that your husband is complaining about. They will use it as a positive stuff to them. And it will be so easy for them to go. It will be so easy for them to start sleeping with your bestie. And it will be so easy for your besties to start sleeping. You understand what I'm trying to say? That's what side chick, that's what they do. They will stylishly get all the information because 95% of the time, side chick, they know the real wife. You don't know side chick. 95% of the time, side chick, they know the wife. They'll follow you back to back, follow your page. They are checking you every day. They are looking at your dressing. They are looking at your hairdo. They are looking at the things that you are not doing right. They are seeing everything. They are stylishly getting words from your husband. And you know what? Those are the things that they will use for you. You are in soup. That is why you can't keep a bestie. Your husband should be your bestie, and your wife should be your bestie. And that will not start from marriage. That's the mistake that people are making. Don't marry people and now you are now trying to turn them to your bestie. And your no. The bestie should start from even before marriage. That's when you will not go outside and be looking for bestie. So that's what I wanted to say, Bashiru. So the friendship should start not after marriage. Don't start friendship after marriage. Marriage and friendship they are not the same thing, but they can be together and be working for a successful marriage. Friendship should start before marriage. He is my friend. I can tell him anything. She is my friend. We are besties, not bestie of somebody else's bestie. Do you understand what I'm saying? Then it would work well. Yes.
Wonderful.
I am convinced.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Of course.
Yeah.
Thank you all so much. God bless you guys. Lovely hanging.
Thank you, Daddy Freeze.
We all enjoyed you today. We all learned a lot. Elisa, thank you for being on my side.
Thank you, Daddy Freeze.
For being on the
Bye, guys.
Bye. Thank you, everyone. Bye, Elisa. Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Bye, Daddy Freeze. Thank you for having me. Bye.